Srivasade Gaurav. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are continuing to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9. Does anyone remember any main point from yesterday?
Hare Krishna. Prahlāda Maharaj is still glorifying Lord, and he mentioned that Lord is the beginning, the end, and um, even the creation, the energy of creation comes from him. And then he also said that Brahmaji comes out from your navel, and then he started talking about Brahmaji, that like how you are lying down on the Anant Shaya, and like how from your navel Brahmaji comes out, and like how from a small seed a tree grows. So in the same way, from your navel comes out lotus, and from there comes out Brahmaji. And then there was this very, very beautiful point that how all, like even the earth has smell, but it has color and smell all, but like how beautifully we can see that all flowers smell different. So same way, like how the it's very, very subtle, the smell is very, very subtle, and that is also like how in the whole body, like he compared it with Krishna, that how everything is there inside Krishna only, everything is there, and then this smell that is very, very subtle, we can feel it.
Yeah.
Like it is there, and we can, so like this was a really very, very beautiful point, that how the different flowers and different colors are there in the flower, but the smell, that is like the earth has that color and flower, but it's there in it, but like how we can't see, right?
Yeah, like the soil. We can't see like purple, red,
Yeah.
or yellow colors, or we can't smell all that in the soil. But when the flower comes out, they're beautiful, different colors, different fragrances. And so similarly, the Lord, He's present everywhere
Yes.
by His energy. This material world is the energy. And then Lord Brahma, he heard tapa, so he engaged in austerities. And after he was realized, after he was purified, he realized that Krishna is the cause of all causes, Sarva Karana Karanam. That was Brahmaji's realization after he performed his penances and austerity. Okay, thank you so much. So then going on to today's verse, text 36. Evam sahasra vadanam grishira karoru.
Evam sahasravadanaam shirakaroru
Nasadya karna nayana bharana yudhadyam.
nasadya karna nayana bharana yudadyam
Maya mayam sat apalakshit sanivesham.
mayam sat upalakshita sanivesham
Drishtva mahapurusham apamudam virinchaha.
Drishtva
Drishtva mahapurusha apamudam virincha.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Okay, Lord Brahma could then see you possessing thousands and thousands of faces, feet, heads, hands, eyes, noses, ears, and eyes. You were very nicely dressed, being decorated and bedecked with varieties of ornaments and weapons. Seeing you in the form of Lord Vishnu, your symptoms and form being transcendental, your legs extending from the lower planets, or Brahma achieved transcendental bliss. So who's speaking this? Who's saying this?
Prahlāda Maharaj.
Prahlāda
Yeah,
Maharaj.
Prahlāda Maharaj. Yes, that's right. So Lord Brahma, after he did the austerity, he's gotten purified. Now he's able to see the Lord. He's able to realize that the Lord is the cause of all causes. Lord Brahma, being completely pure, could see the original form of the Lord as Vishnu, having many thousands of faces and forms. This process is called self-realization. So Brahmaji saw, and now Prahlāda Maharaj is also saying that, yes, this is correct, what Brahmaji saw, Lord Brahma is a Mahabhagavat. He is a Mahajan. And so is Prahlāda Maharaj. So they're all giving this assurance to us that, yes, the creation is coming from Krishna. Genuine self-realization consists not of perceiving the impersonal effulgence of the Lord, but seeing face to face the transcendental form of the Lord. As distinctly mentioned here, Lord Brahma saw the Supreme Lord as Mahapurush, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Brahmaji, because he's purified now after he's done his austerities, he's actually able to see God. Some people may say, oh, how I can't see God, so I can't believe. But here, Lord Brahma, he saw the Lord. And he's saying, I've seen the Lord in his beautiful prayers, Brahma Samhita. He keeps saying, Ishvara Parama Krishna, and he's seeing Golok Vrindavan. He's saying it's filled with the Kalpa Vriksha, the desire trees, and how the road, the stones there, everything is Chintamani. There's jewels and valuable stones everywhere. There's goddesses
Hare
of
Krishna.
fortune. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, yeah. So is this the Virat roop,
Virat Roop,
the Lord?
yes.
So the
Yeah.
same that Arjuna had seen, right? He
Well,
gave him this
yes.
vision, correct? Because it
Yes.
had many faces and everything that he could see, right? Everything in him,
That's right. That's right.
right?
Because here we
Yeah.
are seeing that Lord Brahma is seeing like thousands and
Yeah,
thousands of faces and forms.
thousands.
But we also have to understand that
Yeah.
Krishna, when he's showing the Virat Roops, he's showing different Virat Roop to different people. Because when he shows to Arjuna, he says, behold my form. No one has ever seen this before.
Right.
So like we know he showed a form to Duryodhan also, but that was to like a smaller degree,
Right.
So he's showing now Brahmaji is also seeing, then Arjuna is also seeing. So yeah, they are all Virat Roop of the Lord,
Oh,
where everybody can see everything is there. So we can actually believe that, oh yes, the creation is coming from Krishna. Otherwise, how could he show such a form?
mm,
Everything exists, really everything exists in him. And that's why he's able to show it, right? Somebody has $1 million. That's how he can give $1 million. If he doesn't have, he won't be able to give.
yeah.
So yes, thank you. As distinctly mentioned here, Lord Brahma saw the Supreme Lord as Mahapurush, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Arjuna also saw Krishna in the same way. Therefore, he told the Lord, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavam, Purusham Shasvatam Divyam. You are the Supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier, the absolute truth, and the eternal divine person. So Arjuna is seeing Krishna face to face. He's seeing the universal form. He's seeing, yes, that all the planets are coming from him. All the creation is coming from him. All the living entities are coming from him. And they're all going back into him. Everyone was being crushed in him. So he is everlasting. The Lord is Parampurusha, the supreme form. Purusham Shasvatam. He's everlastingly the supreme enjoyer. It is not that the impersonal Brahman assumes a form. On the contrary, the impersonal Brahman effulgence is an emanation from the supreme form of the Lord. So, it's because some people may think that well, in the ultimate issue, God is formless. He doesn't have a form, and that when he comes to the material world, that's when he's taking a form. But the reality actually is that the Lord has a spiritual form, Satchidananda. And then from his spiritual form is this Brahma Jyoti is coming out. The light is coming out from his transcendental form. So upon being purified, Brahma could see the supreme form of the Lord. The impersonal Brahman cannot have heads, noses, ears, hands, and legs. This is not possible for these attributes of the Lord's form. These are attributes of the Lord's form. So, from the light is just light. There's no hands and legs in the light, right? They're just molecules, particles of light are there. That's it. So the Lord is a person. The word Maya Mayam means spiritual knowledge. This is explained by Madhvacharya, Maya Mayam, Jnana Swarupam. The word Maya Mayam, describing the Lord's form, should not be taken to mean illusion. Rather, the Lord's form is factual, and seeing this form is the result of perfect knowledge. So the Lord has an eternal form. His form is Satchidananda. Here Prabhupada is using the word factual. The Lord does not change his body. When he comes to the material world, he's coming in his same transcendental body. He does not change his bodies as we do. Right now, this material body is not factual. Yeah? Because we have to give up this body, then we'll take up another body, then we'll take up another body. So then who are we really? What's our actual identity? For a fact, we have a spiritual form. That's our real identity. So this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Bhaunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. The word jnanavan refers to one who is perfectly in knowledge. Such a person can see the personality of Godhead, and therefore he surrenders unto the Lord. So Krishna is saying, after many, many births and deaths, one who actually has knowledge, when one actually has knowledge, one will automatically surrender to Krishna. Because Vedesya sarver aham eva vedya, Krishna says, by all the knowledge, I am to be known. So one who actually has knowledge will surrender to Krishna. For someone, it may take many, many births and deaths. For someone, it may be very fast. So the Lord's being symptomized by a face, nose, ears, and so on, is eternal. Without such a form, no one can be blissful. The Lord, however, is Satchidananda Vigraha, as stated in the Shastra, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. When one is in perfect transcendental bliss, he can see the Lord's supreme form, Vigraha. So Lord Brahma, he is seeing the form of the Lord. He is seeing this Virat Rup of the Lord. He also saw Govinda. That's why he's saying that Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karana. He's able to see Govinda as the original form of Krishna, Ishvara Parama Krishna. That's how he's able to say these prayers. He's saying that, oh, Golok Vrindavan, so pretty, so opulent. There's Chintamani everywhere. There's valuables, jewels and stones everywhere. There is desire trees everywhere. Anything you ask from the desire tree, they will give you. He's actually seeing this. So in this regard, Srila Madhvacharya says, Gandhakya devata yadvad prithvim vyapya tishtati evam vyaptam jagat vishnum brahmatmastam dadarshaha. Lord Brahma saw that as aromas and colors spread throughout the earth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead pervades the cosmic manifestation in a subtle form. So that's what Lord Brahma is saying, that Krishna is everywhere.
Hare Krishna. So
Hare
that's
Krishna.
why Brahma keeps saying, right, that Govinda Adi Purusha. For every verse, every time he was mentioning at the end, right?
Yeah.
Govinda Adi Purusha, because he's seen his personal form, right?
That's
In a form.
right. Yes, that's right. He has seen the original form of God, Govinda. That's why he's saying that. Yes. That's why he's glorifying the Lord every time. Yeah, thank you. So we go on to the next one. Tasmai bhavanhaya shirastanuvam hi bibrat.
Tasmai
Bhavanhaya
Bhavaya
Shirastanuvam
Shirastanuvam
Bibrat
Veda druha ati balo madhu kaita bhakayo.
Veda
Veda Druha
Vedadruva
Patibala
Atipalo
Kaita Bhakya
Madhukyo
Atvana yakshuti ganamscha rajastamascha.
Atva
Atvanayach
Atvanayachruti
Ganam Charajastamascha
Ganam
Satvam tava priya tamam tanu amanante.
Sattvam
Sattvam
Tava
Tava
Priyatamam
Priyatamam
Tantam
Antam
Amanante.
Amananante.
My dear Lord, when you appeared as Hayagriva with the head of a horse, you killed two demons known as Madhu and Kaitaba, who were full of the modes of passion and ignorance. Then you delivered the Vedic knowledge to Lord Brahma. For this reason, all the great saints accept your forms as transcendental, untinged by material qualities. The Supreme Personality of Godhead in his transcendental form is always ready to give protection to his devotees. As mentioned herein, the Lord in the form of Hayagriva killed two demons named Madhu and Kaitaba when they attacked Lord Brahma. Modern demons think that there was no life in the beginning of creation. But from Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand that the first living creature created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead was Lord Brahma, who is full of Vedic understanding. Unfortunately, those entrusted with distributing Vedic knowledge, such as the devotees engaged in spreading Krishna consciousness, may sometimes be attacked by demons, but they must rest assured that demoniac attacks will not be able to harm them, for the Lord is always prepared to give them protection. So the Vedas were at risk, and so that's the reason Lord appeared as Hayagriva. These demons, it seems, Madhu and Keta. I don't know the details of this pastime. So then Hayagriva, Lord killed them, and the Vedas were saved. And of course, Lord Brahma, he's completely understood the Vedas, and that's why he can sing such beautiful prayers. And Prabhupada is here giving assurance to the devotees that the Lord will protect the devotees. The Lord always protects the devotees. The Vedas
I like the
provide
way
the
it says
I'm sorry.
modern demons. Modern demons don't.
Yeah, Prabhupada sometimes has a way of yes. Because actually when he had a lot of difficulty in spreading the movement, Now it's become relatively easy. In the early days, it was very difficult. So, yeah, but we can see that his confidence in Krishna, that Krishna is always there to protect the devotees. The devotees also, where is that? The Vedas provide the knowledge by which we can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vedas just sarver aham eva vedya. Krishna is saying by all the Vedas, he is to be known. Veda means knowledge. Knowledge. So what is the goal of knowledge? Vedanta Krit Veda. What's the goal of knowledge? Is to understand Krishna. To understand who is Krishna, understand who we are, and what's our relationship with him. That is knowledge, the end of all knowledge. The devotees of the Lord are always ready to spread knowledge by which one may understand the Lord through Krishna consciousness. But the demons, being unable to understand the Supreme Lord, are full of ignorance and passion. Thus the Lord, whose form is transcendental, is always ready to kill the demons. By culturing the mode of goodness, one can understand the position of the transcendental Lord and how the Lord is always prepared to remove all obstacles on the path of understanding Him. So again, Prabhupada is saying that the devotees, rest assured that the Lord will protect them. We just have to follow what the Lord is saying. Lord Chaitanya, Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya, and He's saying, give this holy name to everyone. Spread Krishna consciousness. Give Krishna to everyone. And we may not be able to speak much philosophy to them, but at least just say Hare Krishna, and then they can start their devotional life. Now, of course, we can't force people to hear, we can't, somebody doesn't want to hear, we can't force them. But if somebody is willing to hear, yes, then we can share more and more with them. But then that's the reason the devotees, especially in the earlier days of the movement, would go for Sankirtan, Harinam Sankirtan. They would go chanting the Lord's name on the street so that anyone and everyone who hears the holy name, they will be benefited. So in summary, whenever the Lord incarnates, He appears in His original transcendental form, as the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 4.7, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijami aham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. It is simply foolish to think of the Lord as being originally impersonal, but accepting a material body when He appears as a personal incarnation. So, because this thought is very much prominent that originally the Lord does not have a form, He has no qualities, and only when He comes to the material world, He takes a form. And then when He goes back to the spiritual world, He becomes light again. But that's not true. The original form of the Supreme Lord is Satchidananda, and He's coming to the material world in that form. And He Himself is saying that, and all His pure devotees are saying that. Satchidananda Vigraha, that's why Lord Brahma is saying, because He's seen the transcendental form of the Lord. So it is, whenever the Lord appears, He appears in His original transcendental form, which is spiritual and blissful. But unintelligent men, such as the Mayavadis, cannot understand the transcendental form of the Lord. And therefore the Lord chastises them by saying, Avajananti mam muda, manushim tanum ashritam. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. So Krishna is saying, it's foolish that you think I'm an ordinary human being. I am God. My form is transcendental. If you think my form is material, then you are being foolish. So we can give that example that when the king is entering the prison, he's entering by his own sweet will. He's just coming to see any prisoner wants to come out in normal society or no. And he can come and go as he pleases. But if the prisoners, instead of trying to take advantage, oh, here the king is here, let me try to talk to him, let me see if he'll get me out of here. If the prisoners start making fool, oh, the king has also become a prisoner, see, and the prisoners also start speculating that the king has become like us, he's become a prisoner also. Then they are wasting this valuable opportunity. That's why Krishna is saying foolish. So whenever the Lord appears as whether, I'm sorry, I thought something was saying. Sorry, Sneha, did you say something?
No, I did say.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay. So whenever the Lord appears, whether as a fish, a tortoise, a hawk, or any other form, one should understand that He maintains His transcendental position and that His only business, as stated here, is hatva, to kill the demons. The Lord appears in order to protect the devotees and kill the demons. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam. Since the demons are always ready to oppose Vedic civilization, they are sure to be killed by the transcendental form of the Lord. So the Lord is very protective of his devotees. He does not like it that the demons are troubling his devotees. You know, like how a parent is always protective of his child. So the Lord always wants to protect his devotees from the demons. And so he comes personally. He wants to personally come and take care of his devotees. And that we can see that the loving heart of the Lord, that he has so much love for his devotees that he wants to personally take care of them. And so here Prahlāda Maharaj is also saying that he came to protect the Vedas, he came to kill the demons. So this is, from a devotee, we can understand the heart of the Lord. Any comments, questions?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Shilpa
Krishna.
ji, you were asking about the Kaitav and the Madhu. So they were
Yeah.
the two asuras that came from the ear wax of Lord Vishnu.
Ah, okay. Okay. All
And
right.
then they as they represented the gunas, one of them was, I don't remember, one of them was tamas and one of them represented rajas. And
Okay.
then they wanted the knowledge, and then they did penance for a lot of years. And they also got the boom from the goddesses that they can die at whatever time they want.
Oh, but here it's saying that the Lord killed them then.
Yeah,
Hayagriva
then
has
they
killed
got
them.
killed. Yeah, because Krishna
Ah.
is like, how even Hiranyakashipu got the, but then there is always a part in it where Krishna comes and then kills.
Okay.
So then Krishna killed them both also in a horse, Hayagriva form.
Yeah,
With a
that's what I
horse.
remember. I was not very sure. That's why I didn't say it. But yeah, that's what I remember, that it's like
I
the
just
form of
remember
a
this
horse
part
the Lord
only.
took.
Hare
Yeah, but I
Krishna.
was not sure. That's why I didn't want to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, this story makes sense what Neha is saying, because Prahlāda Maharaj is also, Prabhupada is also highlighting on the point that we have to culture by culturing the mode of goodness. So probably that says that Rajas and Tamas are there, but we have to bring out the Sattva guna in us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it makes sense, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, then. So we'll stop here for today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada
Jai.
ki jai, Gaur
Jai.
Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Bhakta
Thank you all so
Hare
much for
Krishna.
listening.
Hare